Hey yo, tabletop sports fans, it's Bob from Bob's Tabletop Sports coming to you with a special tabletop game here in honor of Hank Aaron, who passed away today, age 86. Hank Aaron started his career with the Milwaukee Braves in 1954, and today we are going to recreate that game. For those of you who might be following along in the Payoff Pitch forums, you'll know that I am doing a 1954 project right now, playing select games from the 1954 season, playing about 120 select games before September, and then in September I'll play games of consequence for every day. But basically mixing it up, playing a bunch of different games, and right now I'm almost done with April. So we're kind of rewinding the clock here to play this game again. I've actually played this game once. This was the first game I played in the season about 2 weeks ago. This game is the uh, Braves playing the Cincinnati Redlegs in Cincinnati at Crossley Field. The original game was a 9-8 win for the Cincinnati Redlegs. Aaron played in this game on opening the first game of the season for the Braves, and he went 0 for 5, batted in the fifth slot. But because this is part of my replay, I'm not doing the lineups, the actual lineups, and as played or anything like that. This is going to be using rosters and lineups and how I'm doing them in here. So, like in this one, I have Aaron batting sixth instead of fifth. Um, but that's just how I'm doing it. So you'll have to excuse that there's not perfect historical accuracy in the game. By the way, the first time I played this game through 2 weeks ago, the score was 2-1 favor of the Braves. However, it was basically the Cincinnati Redlegs were leading the entire, pretty much the entire game 1-0 up until the ninth inning, and the Braves came back in the ninth inning to win it. So, anyways, we'll get started here. Let's talk about the lineups real quick, and then we'll get going with the game. So, first of all, we'll start with the Milwaukee Braves. Their lineup will consist of Bill Bruton playing center field, Danny O'Connell playing second base, Eddie Matthews at third, Andy Pafko in the cleanup spot at right field, Joe Adcock playing in uh, Hank Aaron's original spot in the game at first base. Hank Aaron in the sixth slot playing left field. Johnny Logan at shortstop. Del Crandall at catcher. And then, of course, the pitcher spot. The pitcher today will be Lou Burdett. All right. For the Reds, or the Redlegs as they were called back then, a little bit of a communist scare back then. They couldn't accept the Reds being, it's pretty much was something that was associated with communism. So they were renamed the Redlegs temporarily for a few years there in the 50s. But anyways, at third base, they're going to have Bobby Adams. Roy McMillan will be next at shortstop. Gus Bell in the three slot at center field. Cleanup is going to be Ted Kluszewski, or the Clue, playing first base. Jim Greengrass, number 5, at left field. At the sixth slot, it will be Wally Post playing right field. Johnny Temple at second. Andy Semenuk at catcher, and playing anchor here and pitcher is going to be Art Fowler. All right. So we are ready to get going. Art Fowler is on the bump already and ready to go. And we are off to the races. Now, a little caveat here before we begin this. This is the first game of Payoff Pitch that I'm streaming. I will probably make mistakes. You can note them in the comments if you'd like or whatever. That's fine. But expect that it's going to happen. Okay. I've played this game now on and off for about a year. But this is kind of my first real big project with it. And so I've played maybe about 15 games of it so far in this 1954 season project that I'm doing. So I'm still learning some of the things. Still a little confused on playing infield and things like that. But otherwise, I am using ID gestures charts to simplify some of the base running for outs. However, for any hits or anything like that, I'm just using the the fat cards for that, also for errors and for range plays and things like that as well. Additionally, I am using, I think this was, this might have been RJL that did this, but using the rare play charts from the upcoming season ticket baseball. So I'll be using those for rare plays. And they've been working out great, by the way. That's a great recommendation to use those rare play charts, because the ones for payoff pitch are a little lacking, and these are really good. Okay, and they're also fairly situational too. There's different ones for different situations in there. So, all right, well, let's get going here. And yeah, I had to restart this video, so I'm gonna redo this. I did have one technical issue where I started this game once already today, and unfortunately, what happened was I had all the batters in the wrong order, and it got screwed up. So I played like a full inning with the wrong batters, wrote them in the wrong way, and actually arranged the cards the wrong way. Didn't realize it until the end. So we're just going to erase that part of the score sheet, and we're starting over here. And originally it started out 0-0, so that's fine. Maybe we'll have a little bit more exciting of a start here. Okay. So here we go. And this is day one, so basically I do have rules for availability and stuff that I use in this game. But for opening day games or opening week games, I tend to follow the... they're going to play with their standard lineups. They play with their full standard lineup that they use, and then they don't have. They can use any, because this is the first game of the season. They can use any of the relief pitchers that are available to them, and they can use pretty much anybody for pinch hitting. However, pinch hitting guidelines I will follow mostly, unless it's the ninth inning. It's going to be whoever has the most at bats for the most part. Okay. Other than that, that's about it. So so let's get going. So we have Bill Bruton here leading off for the Braves. Here we go. And we get started. It's going to be a in play. 66, not going to be good. That's going to be a fly out. And that will be one out. Danny O'Connell up next. 71, and that's going to be an in play. 71 and right versus right. Nope, going to be a 4-3 for out number 2. That brings up Eddie Matthews. Matthews, a heck of a career with the Braves. He was the only Brave, by the way, to play in all 3 cities. He played in Boston, he played in Milwaukee, and he played in Atlanta. He's the only one to do that. All right, this is probably not going to be good either. Patient 92, that's even outside his range. He goes all the way up into the 80s here, but no, it's not going to happen. And so that is going to be a 4-3 for Matthews. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. And the Braves go down 1-2-3. All right. Bobby Adams coming up here for Cincinnati against Lou Burdette. $71 on an 8, which is going to be in play. 71, and that will be a 4-3 for out number 1. All right, McMillan up next. And I apologize if we get some shaking on this table, on the camera. I'm playing on a card table, and I have a whole arm set up in a web camera kind of pointed down here. And so if I bump the card table, then everything shakes. And actually, when I roll the dice, sometimes it shakes too. So one thing I'm going to have to overcome eventually in here. Tough 91. That's going to be outside his range. That'll be a 6-3 for out number 2. Actually, it's more when I write. But, yeah. Gus Bell up next with 2 outs. That's going to be a 8 in play. 47, not going to be in his range, unfortunately. And that will be a 3-1 to end the inning. is it. All right, let's get everything switched over for the second inning. All right. Leading off for the Braves going to be Andy Pafko. 31 on a 6 tough. 31 outside his strikeout range. That is going to be a triple for Pafko. And that is a heck of a start here for the second inning. All right, it's going to bring Joe Adcock up next. As far as stealing and stuff like that, I tend to do the more manager type approach. This team and some of these other teams in the 50s, especially in like 1954 here, not a lot of teams stole bases very well. There are some exceptions, like the White Sox tended to have really good base stealers on their team, but so I'm kind of just managing things on my own here for now. I will probably change that somewhere part way through the season when I start figuring out the steal rules a little bit better. Anyways, Joe Adcock is up. And the pitch, and we had a bad die. We're going to have to do this again. And that's going to be an in-play 38 outside his range. Unfortunately, going to be a pop-out. It will not move the runner at all, and that will be out number 1. All right. Nobody knows this guy, Hank Aaron. This is his first major league at bat. Nobody in Cincinnati has probably heard of this guy. Don't know who he is. They'll find out probably after this game because, like I said, he hit 0-5 this game. But 62 on a 10, which is going to be in play. That will be an out. Fly out. We will find out, however, if that is going to be so in play. I highly doubt that this is going to be a... one of the things I found with this chart as far as flyouts for home, you got to have wheelhouse or defense check, otherwise choice. Lead runners run and fielder's arm rating. That was a flyout to right, which would be a 7. I have to beat a 7 and a 7 to make the play. I think he's going to hold. So 2 outs. Johnny Logan. It's one thing I don't really agree with those charts. The fact that it's hard to get a runner to tag up and go, especially from there. That should be an easy play. But okay. Logan. 47 on a defense check. Could be interesting. Let's find out. And I've got all my electronic devices going off at once. This is going to be an error check on the third baseman. Third baseman is going to be Adams. He is got an error rating of a 2. That's a 1/61. That is going to be an error. And that is going to be a 1 base error. So Logan will get to first. Pafko will score. All right. That will bring up Del Crandall. So now Logan actually has... he has a good steal rating, but he's got 2 stolen bases. So I don't know. Well, actually, that is a good steal rating. I feel like I'd be gaming the system if I did that, though. He's got 2 stolen bases in this career, or this year. So, all right. Crandall. .33 on tough, and that's going to be a strikeout for out number 3. Ends the inning, but not until 1 scores, and I forgot to put the point up here. Burdette coming in to pitch. Clue up to bat. And we need to get rid of Logan, too. Alrighty. Kluszewski, here we go. 94 on in play. That is going to likely be an out. It's going to be an F9. Fly out to right field, and the big clue is out. All right. Greengrass up next. That's going to be a 8, which is in play 47, and that is going to be a 3-1 for Greengrass. He is out number 2. Post up next. Post with an 11 on Wheelhouse, and that's gone. See you later. Home run ties the game up. Blast out of here, and the Cincinnati fans are going nuts. Solo shot by Wally Post as he rounds the bases for a solo home run. All right, Johnny Temple up next with a tie 1-1 game. It's ballpark 37. Uh-oh. That's going to be Wheelhouse. 95, though, and that's going to be outside his range, and that'll be a fly out. That'll end the inning. But we have a tie score, 1-1 after 2. Okay. Leading off for the Braves, going to be the pitcher, Lou Burdette. Lou hit .093 against right-handers. Probably can't expect much here. 5, going to be in play with a 13. And he missed a single by 1 number, and he will get a pop-out to second base. Crazy. Even a 13 is not enough for Lou Burdette to get a hit. All right. 1 out. Bill Bruton comes to the plate. Bruton flew out first inning. 22 on a tough. That'll be a strikeout for out number 2. Brings up Danny O'Connell. Last at bat, O'Connell grounded out. 88 on 11, Patient. That'll be even outside his patient range, and that's going to be a 6-3 to end the inning. Andy Semenick leading off for the Redlegs. 29 on a 7 in play, but it's still not going to be enough for him to get a piece of it. It will be a pop out to short for out number 1. Brings up the pitching slot, Art Fowler. Fowler against right-handers, .098. About as good as Burdette. Actually, a little bit better, just by a smidgen. He probably would have gotten that 13. He would have gotten that 13, by the way. Patient, 57. And it looks like he's hit by a pitch. He gets on base. All right. That'll bring up Bobby Adams. Last time up, he grounded out. .43 on in play, and that is going to be a pop out, P5 to the third baseman, and he is gone. 2 outs. Roy McMillan up next. 88 on in play, and that will be out number 3, 6-3. That'll be a shortstop to the first baseman, Adcock, for the third out. And Art Fowler will be left stranded here in the third. We go to the top of the fourth. Still tie game, 1-1. Leading off, Eddie Matthews. Matthews grounded out in the first inning. 77 on in play is going to be a fly out center field, and Bell will bring that in for out number 1. Pafko up next. Pafko had a triple his last at bat. A 20 on a 4 tough, and that'll be a strikeout for Pafko. And that'll be out number 2. Brings up Joe Adcock. Adcock 50 on an in play, and that will be a ground out, 5-3 to end the inning for the Braves. Burdette comes back out for the bottom of the fourth. Gus Bell leading off for the Redlegs. The Redlegs in 1954 finished 5th place, slightly below 500. 96 on in play, and that is going to be a fly out to right field where Pafko will pull it in for out number 1. Kluszewski up next. Braves did slightly better than that. They finished 3rd place in the National League, finishing with an 85-63 record under the managership of Charlie Grimm. 16 on a patient. That's going to be a walk for Clue. And the Redlegs got something cooking here in the 4th inning. Clue has an F stolen base rating. Didn't steal a base at all that year, so we're going to leave him there. Greengrass leading off. 59 on Wheelhouse. Oh boy, this is going to be a double. So Clue's at least going to 3rd. Let's see how far he goes. This could be a new ball game here. Runners advance 2 bases on a double. So nope, he is stuck at 3rd. So Greengrass with a big double, and that'll bring up Wally Post. Last up, Wally Post hit the tying home run. 21. That's going to be an interesting play. That is going to be a single for Post. That will score the go-ahead run and move Greengrass to 3rd. So 1 run scores. Clue is in. Greengrass. And it is now a 2-1 ball game for the Redlegs. Temple up next. .32 on a 7 in play, and that is going to be another single for Temple. That will score Greengrass for sure. Post will go to 3rd. And it's now a 3-1 ball game. This game is quickly getting out of hand for Burdette. He's having problems getting him out here in the 4th. That is 4 straight base runners. Andy Semenuk up next. 64 on tough. And that's going to be a single as well. Post will score. Holy cow. And things are going south very quickly here. Temple will go to third on that play as well. Semenuk on first. And it is a 4-1 ball game here. The Reds are just tearing them apart here in the fourth inning. Brings up the pitching slot. He's going to probably bunt at this point. So he has a bunt rating of an A. And that'll be successful. Well, actually, I don't know about suicide bunts. Let's see if we have some stuff here on suicide bunts. For hit. Okay, we're going to use column D. Okay, so they have to use column D when doing that. Okay. I'm just going to roll this on the chart instead of look up the card. Okay, so he not only has to get the successful bunt, the SH, but he also has to get the base running rating, which is a 7 for Temple. He got that, 83 for the bunt, and that is going to get Temple in as well. Semenuk will go to second, and Fowler will be out at first for the second out. So successful sac bunt scores another run. Semenuk, and is a 5-1 ball game. Wow. We're back to the top of the lineup here. Adams. Burdette is at the point here we're going to pull him. 86 on an 8 in play. That will be a 6-3, finally putting an end to this inning. They put up 4 runs in this inning. Burdette just had a bad day right there. Wow. Okay, well, we go to the 5th. We may be looking at long relievers here. May try to squeeze another inning out of him if we can, just to get him down to the batting position, but we'll see. Hank Aaron leading off for the Braves in the 5th. He flew out on his first official at-bat. And he'll get a 69 here on a tough, and that is going to be a grounder to second base, 4-3, and he gets out number 1. Brings up Johnny Logan. That'll be an 86 on an 8 in play. And that is going to be a 6-3. Grounder the short. Out number 2. Del Crandall up next. Pitching spot is next, so if they can get Crandall on base, they're going to pull Burdette now. But if not, they're going to let him try to pitch through one more inning. Well, there we go. Defense check 11. That's likely going to be an error or a range play type play here. Pitcher check error. Pitcher is a 3 for an error check, and that is definitely going to be an error on the pitcher. And an error on the pitcher is going to be 1 base, and Crandall is on first. So, yep, that is going to be it. Burdette. He will not be batting. Just going to pull him out of the lineup. All right. Okay. So pinch hitting. It's going to be Jack Dittmer. 2 outs. 2 outs and a runner on first. Crandall will stay put. He's a 3F steal with no stolen bases. 51 on a tough. And that's going to be outside of his range, unfortunately, and that will be the 3rd out, a 5-3, which will end the inning. So that's 2 errors already on the Redlegs, but they're still ahead 5-1. They're just doing fine with all the errors and everything else. They don't really care. So, all right. Well, that'll take us to the bottom of the 5th, and coming in for the Braves is going to be Ernie Johnson. Okay. Leading off for the Redlegs will be Roy McMillan. An 0-5 on a 10 in play, and that is going to be a double. Wow. Reds are hot today. Oh, boy. McMillan on second brings up Gus Bell. .39 on a patient, and that is going to be another single. Oh, boy. Oh, geez. McMillan will get to 3rd. And this game is just getting out of hand. Clue is up. They contemplate walking him, but they're going to let him go. 23 on a 7. They probably should have walked him. Well, yep, they probably should have walked him. That is going to be a single for him. McMillan will score. Gus Bell gets to 2nd. Clue to 3rd. Wow. And it's 6-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Still no outs. Greengrass up next. Ernie Johnson, by the way, hit 281 ERA with a 5-2 win-loss record, and he saved 2 games. Wow. He's not doing well here. Greengrass up next. A 9 ballpark. That's going to be a 90, which will be in the in-play section. 92. And that'll be a fly out. Finally for the first out. And that will bring up Wally Post. And actually, I need to check this real quick, because that runner may have gone on a ballpark. That was in play, runner 7. It was hit to left. He needed an 8. Oh, wait, no, that's his first. Sorry, double runner. No, fly out is what I need. Need the right chart. Hit to, nope, center, nope, he will not go. He will stay. Okay, Wally Post up next. Post homered and singled today. 35 on a tough, and that'll be a strikeout for out number 2. Temple up next. Temple 23 on tough. And that is going to be a single for Temple. These guys do not strike out on this team. Let's see where the runners go here. Bell will score. And it is now 7-1 as the Braves are just getting destroyed here in Cincinnati. Okay, that'll bring up Andy Semnick. 2 outs. Still hard to find that third out. 44 on a tough. That's going to be a strikeout. And he finally gets out of it. But wow. 2 of his 3 runs that are going to be allowed to keep him in the game, essentially. Oh, jeez. So, yep, 2 more runs. Johnson is pretty much almost done as well. All right. 6th inning. Are we having fun yet? If you're the Braves, probably not. Okay. The good news for the Braves is we're starting with the top of their lineup. Bill Bruton leading off against Art Fowler, still in the game. Fowler giving up 1 run this game and 1 hit. Gave up a triple in the 2nd inning, otherwise 2 errors. That's going to be a 62-10 in play, and that will be a fly out for out number 1. Danny O'Connell up next. 20 on an 11 patient. That'll be a walk. Okay. 2 stolen bases. He's not going to try stealing. Eddie Matthews is going to be up next. Matthews. An 11 on a 10 in play. That'll be a single for Matthews. And runner advance will run 1 base plus if he wants. Still going to hold him there. Not take any risks at this point. They're pretty far back. Pafko up next. .63 on an in play. That is going to be a grounder. It is, however, higher than both of the ratings here. So Matthews will get the second. Yep. So these 2 advance. Pafko will be out. Okay. So 2 outs. Brings up Joe Adcock. .16 on a tough, and that will be struck him out. I seem to be a popular guy tonight. I keep getting a lot of texts in the background there. I apologize for the phone going off. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so Bruton, O'Connell. I just got to get the lineup back in one piece here. Interestingly enough, Hank Aaron will lead off again in the 7th inning. He led off in the, this was the 4th inning. Ernie Johnson will come back out again, try and see if he can stay in this game. If he gives up one more run, though, he's getting pulled. But he'll be fatigued at that point. We're gonna pull him at that point. All right. So Fowler leading off, bottom of the 6th inning. 0-5 on Wheelhouse, and that's going to be a single for Fowler. Wow. And the Braves just cannot catch a break against these Reds. They are literally getting all the worst die rolls that they can in this game. Adams up next. 82 on a tough. That is going to be a fly out for out number 1. Runner will not go anywhere. I'll bring up McMillan. And yeah, Fowler staying in here. He's going to try to finish this game, by the way. McMillan, 18. Uh-oh. But it's tough, and that'll be a strikeout. Interesting thing about these Reds hitters, though, they have some of them have very short strikeout ranges. So that's what's been killing the Braves, is they got tough pitchers, but they're hitting just above that tough range where the strikeout is, and just getting hammered. Bell up next with 2 outs. That's going to be a tough 62. Just outside his range. That'll be a fly out for the 3rd out. And Johnson is able to get through an inning without giving up any runs. Okay, we are going to the 7th inning. All right. Leading off in the 7th inning, going to be Hank Aaron in his 3rd Major League at-bat. He probably won't get the 5 at-bats here today unless his Braves start doing something in this game. 13, it's going to be on in play, and he gets his first Major League hit with a single. Hank Aaron. There we go. It's going to be Del Crandall coming up next. Del Crandall. And it's going to be a 76 on a 5, which is in play. Unfortunately, that is going to be a fly out for out number 1. And I think we skipped Logan. That should have been Logan actually at bat. Sorry. Is it still the same result? 76. Yes. All right. Crandall's up next. And Crandall, 2 outs. No, 1 out. Sorry, Crandall, 1 out. Got all screwed up there for a second. 10. In play, 40, unfortunately, and that is going to be out number 2. Ground out. However, greater than the both double play ratings, so he's going to get the 2nd. Crandall is out at 1st. And that is going to be a U3. And I put him in the wrong pile. We're just not having a good time here. Okay. We need to get a pinch hitter. Johnson will be finished for this game. Pinch hitting. Pendleton come in. I didn't record the last pinch hitter, which kind of is not good. All right, Pendleton. Seven, patient 76, and that will be the third out, and that will be an F8 fly out to center field, and that will be the inning. So the Braves cannot catch a break here in this game whatsoever. We go to the bottom of the seventh inning stretch. We will take a brief break here for the stretch. I'll get things situated here for the next inning and take a quick drink of a beverage. Okie dokie, here we go. Leading off for the Redlegs, Ted Kluszewski. He flew out, walked, and hit a single so far today. He is their power hitter, and that's going to be something bad. In play, it's going to be a 17 in play for a single, leadoff single for Clue. And Ray Cone coming in to pitch, and he already gives up a single. Greengrass up next. And I read that die wrong. Hang on. It was a 71. I apologize. He did not get a single. That's an F8. He will be out instead. Need to read the dice correctly. That's good news. All right. Greengrass up next. Greengrass grounded out, doubled, and flew out. That will definitely be a hit. That is an 0-5. That's going to be a triple for Greengrass. And it looks like they're going to be flirting with some more runs here. Wally Post up next. '86 on a tough, and that is going to be ground out. They're playing the infield in on this one for sure. Prevent any more freaking runs. Runner on third, out at home, batter safe. So he did try to advance, and he got cut off at home. And that's what's going to happen. So Greengrass is out. On a weird fielder's choice. 2 outs. Brings up Johnny Temple. 0-3 on a ballpark. That's going to be in his wheelhouse. He goes to a 35. He gets a 50. That will be a third out. And that will be a 3-1 to end the inning. Pitcher, first baseman to pitcher and out. And just want to make sure I have the lineups here correct. There we go. So we don't have another mix-up like we did before. We go into the 8th inning. Still 7-1. Braves need to start making something happen now. Art Fowler still in the game. He is 7 fatigued, but he's only given up 1 run. So guess what? He gets to stay in the game and not be fatigued. And they will try to keep him in through the entire game if they can. Leading off, top of their lineup, Bill Bruton. An 0-9 on a ballpark. That's going to be in his wheelhouse. Wheelhouse goes to a 41. Oh, and that's going to be a 69. That's about the Braves' luck today. That's going to be a 6-3. for out number 1. That's pretty much the Braves' luck all wrapped into one die roll right there. Danny O'Connell up next. An 07 on a 5 in play. That's going to be a double for O'Connell. And we'll see if he gets left on base there. That's pretty much what we're expecting. Matthews up next. Let's see if they can act more like the Braves that we know and love. A 16 on a tough, and that's going to be a strikeout. That is, again, pretty much their luck. Pafko up next. $38 on an in play, and that will be a out number 3. That will be a pop out to third base to end the inning and not get anything out of it. All right. So a disappointing end to that inning for the Braves as they leave Matthews stranded. We go to the bottom of the inning. Ray Crone coming back out for a little bit more action. Semenick coming out. Say hit. Pitcher spot up next. 56 on a ballpark. That is going to be in play. 38, and that will be out number 1 with a ground out to pitcher. That's going to be a 1-3 for out number 1. Pitching slot is open. Up Art Fowler with a 7-1 lead. He is going to bat. He will try to close this game out in the top of the 9th. 34 on a 10, Patient. And that is going to be a walk for Art Fowler. Fowler has gotten on base 3 times this game and also had a sacrifice hit. He has gotten hit by pitch. He hit a sacrifice bunt, which scored a run, and he hit a single and got a walk. He has been very effective in this game. Not only that, he's held the Braves to 1 run and 3 hits. 3 hits and 1 walk. All right. Adams leading off for the Redlegs. Well, leading off in this bottom of the inning. 1 out. Runner on first. The pitch 94 on a tough, and that is going to be a fly out for out number 2. Unlike the pitcher, he has not reached base at all today in all 5 of his at-bats. McMillan up next. He has reached base once. He hit a double. That was back in the 5th inning. And a 78 on tough, and that will be out number 3, a fly out to center field, where Bruton will bring it in for the 3rd out and end the inning. But the Braves are going to have a tall order here as we go into the top of the 9th. As RJL 512 would say, there is probably, he would say, is there going to be any 9th inning magic? I don't think so. But you never know, right? Art Fowler still pitching this game. He's going for the complete game here. Adcock coming up to the plate to bat. The pitch. A 49 on in play. That will be out number 1 with a 5-3 shot to the 3rd baseman Adams to Clue, and that will be out number 1. I put him in the wrong pile again. Next up is Hank Aaron in his 4th at bat. He got his first major league hit on the last 2 innings ago. And he also grounded out and flew out in this game. 1 out. A 21 on in play. That will be another hit for Hank Aaron. 2 hits today. He is on first. Logan up next. Aaron not going anywhere. 2 stolen bases the entire year. 45 on a 9. And that's going to be another out. Ground out. 9 is going to be greater than both of those. So Hank Aaron will get the second. There will be 2 outs. It will be a ground out to second. And that will bring up Del Crandall. Crandall against right-handers. Oh, man. Let's see if our other catcher can do better. Charlie White hit the same pretty much. Roy Smalley hit a lot worse. Nope. They could do a double switch. I'm not going to deal with that. They're down 7-1. This is probably pretty much a lost cause. But 82, yep, that's going to be it. That will be a grounder to McMillan. McMillan makes the easy throw to Clue and gets the 3rd out of the inning and of the game. That will be it. And we have a final here from Crosley Field, 7-1. Let me get some totals here for you, and we'll send you on your way. All right, Braves, 1 run on 4 hits, no errors. Redlegs, 7 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. Redlegs just absolutely dominated in this game against the Braves. Braves offense just could not get anything going today. So that is a final here from Crosley Field. Redlegs 7, Braves nothing. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.